And we are live. Hello, everybody. Welcome to a Hunt for a Regus, the prologue session, one-on-one session for the Threads of Time campaign that I'm going to be starting very soon. Here with me today, I have the lovely Gabe. Go ahead and introduce yourself, Gabe. Plug anything that you got and introduce your character.
Well, I hope I'm not lovely, but I'm Gabe B. I'll be playing Cygnus for you and for the campaign coming up. Hopefully I don't die. So we're kind of irrelevant if I actually survive and actually be part of the campaign. So thanks for joining us, and I hope we give you a treat of a one-on-one session.
Alrighty, cool. So if you guys did not watch the last thing that I'm going to be starting very soon. Oh crap! Well, never open up a tab of the same thing that you're doing in the game. Okay, but anyway, we're going to be starting off from the last event that I did, which was the Emperor's Cup, which Gabe was a part of in the Gladiator Ring. Gabe, or Gabe's character Cygnus, was at the end before I crashed, fighting off a guy named Orpheus, and that's where we're going to start here. So let's go ahead and get into it. All right. So Gabe, you have been fighting Orpheus after a while, and after whatever that scene happened at the end, he thought it was an unfair fight, and he got his way, and you guys ended up doing a rematch. You guys have been battling him with the roar of the crowd just going, cheering on you, knowing that this guy, he's a big, formidable foe, and that he is daunting. But he's been just fighting you guys, and he's wore down the other competitors. The other competitors are on the high ends, huffing and puffing, looking upon you as you and him are just dogging it out towards the end. Describe how you're looking right now.
I would be very bloody. I would have a lot of dirt from the ground itself on my face, mixed in with the blood, making more of a copper of my skin. The hair that's kind of coming out of my hair is just dusty, bloodied. You don't even see where skin and hair match, except for maybe the particles of fuzz. I'm breathing very heavily. One weapon is completely out of my hands. For those who remember, I'm a dual wielder. I don't even know where in the sand it is. All I have is one weapon versus his weapon, and the only thing in my thoughts is that weapon must be out of his hand if I'm even to survive. So the only thing I'm looking at is to disarm him.
All right, and we're going to kind of verbally go on here. During the battle, you guys are fighting, ching, 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 this clash of swords, of just chaos, and the crowd just cheering you on, Gabe, just cheering Cygnus on the whole time. Oh, had to toss the cat down. He is furious. You see the red orbs inside his helmet just flaring up, and he is going to come and try to slash at you. And at this point, you can do what you've been wanting to do tactically wise this whole time. So just go ahead and describe how you do it.
All right. Basically, he comes in, and I have basically take a step back, making him miss because I was on the defensive, and I do my repose. As I do my attack, and it actually connects with his the base of his hilt, and with that, I'm going to use my my disarm tactic maneuver, and I want to basically disarm him. So that he is basically, I have the upper hand with the weapon versus no weapons. And
okay, cool. So he comes, and you do what you said, and out of this, his metal gauntlet just lets loose, and his sword drops. And he's looking angry at you. He looks up, like just looking at his sword on the ground, and he's just going to try to come and straight up tackle you with all this metal bulking armor, and just furious rage as he shouts a big. And you can go ahead and do whatever you want to react to that. So.
And I'm actually, since we're already there, I'm actually going to take my my one attack actually. Sorry, I only have one weapon, and I'm gonna actually use it. I'm actually going to kick him to knock him down, because I want this fight to be over, and if I can gain more seeing that he doesn't have his weapon and get more favor of the crowd, I could actually finish this. So actually, that's what I'm going to go ahead and do. Is I'm actually going to attack. I am not proficient in unarmed attacks, so I actually won't be adding my proficiency, just my bonus. And that is a 16 on the die, plus 4 is 20.
That's definitely going to hit him.
All right. And then that's going to be the 5 points of damage, 1 point of damage for unarmed, and then the from my strength. So it's going to be 5 points of damage to knock, and then hopefully that will knock him down. And then if I do, then on my next turn, I'm actually going to hope that I see the hand signal. If not, we're going to have to fight more, and I have to actually hurt him up more.
All right, so you come and you just Spartan kick him down, and he goes a good, like, you kick him really hard. He goes a good 3 to 5 feet back and just tumbles with big clashing metal armor, and dust kind of billows out from where he crashes down, and the orbs that were big kind of dim a little bit, and then he slowly, achingly, knowing that he is not in a good position right now and that he may not make it out of this fight, gives the hand signal that he gives in. And if you want to look to the crowd to see their verdict, you can.
Yeah, once I see his hand goes up and I hear the crowd do this roar, I will raise both my hands up like I did and walk around his body, because I can't outright kill him unless there's a signal or if there's just of the die or live. And so I know he can't do any movements until the decision has been made by the arena owner or the one who's sponsoring the fight. And so I'm actually trying to get favor of the crowd by just tossing up my hands and just keeping my sword up, trying to get their favor to either have the fight be done, because I am tired, I'm hurting, I'm winded, and I have used every part of my being that I know. My second wind was used up. I'm down to a swing of a blade could cut me down at this point, and I'm just trying to gain their favor.
All right, cool. So as you do that, you look up onto the crowd, and you see slowly the hands of just thumbs down everywhere, and everyone's saying, "Bring them down!" Just a mash of approval for you to go ahead and end him. And if you look around, even the corner of your eye, you see your trainer, Cicero, just kind of looking upon cross-armed and just looking at you and nodding.
All right, I look at him and just smile. At the house of Capiani is finally giving honor to him and to this household that I've been part of all my life. And this crown finally belongs to this house. And I'm looking at him, and I'm waiting for the whole crowd, because I'm gonna know when he makes a signal, because the crowd's either gonna up and roar in such a light, or they're going to be the boos if it's in my mind he's going to be alive. So I'm at um, looking at my dominant Cicero Capiani, a little gnome, and I'm just like I feel such. This is the honor that any gladiators ever felt, that to win the prize for your own house. And I'm just looking in his direction, just waiting for the roar of the crowd or the boos of the crowd.
And so you're looking towards Capian. You're looking towards Cicero.
Cicero, correct.
All right. And he looks around, gives you the the thumbs down, and shakes his head, and he knows you need to end his life.
And with that, without even hesitation, I just drive my hands in the air, my sword. I will do a quick swing and actually try to bring it so that it's basically doing a stabbing motion just to give him a quick death. And I will actually end his life in right in basic. Wait, he's not the person in charge for the fight, is he? No, it's someone else.
Well, if you would look up, and you would see the officials, which are probably higher up, more towards where the emperor is, you would pretty much see the same thing of shaking, nodding heads, do whatever you think is
Okay,
appropriate.
yeah, he would be the one that I would be mindful of the thing, not just him. So
Yeah.
if the emperor is doing it, then yeah, then it's no hesitation. I will end the life of this and give honor to this gladiator who has fought well for his house for the many years that he has. And it's such an honor from one gladiator to another to actually kill one with honor. So without hesitation, this is the greatest thing that anyone could ever do to another gladiator. And it's not out of spite, it's not out of anger or anything. This is out of honor for your house in the fight in the gladiator arena. And yeah, I stab him. I'd kill him.
As you try to stab him, right where you go, where the aura of his air is personal space is with your sword, he just burst into black smoke, and so did his sword. And just like the kind of like the Harry Potter style with if you remember the I forget their names, but the bad guys with their smoke just spills out. The same thing happens. His this black smoke just moves fast out and goes into any creeper space out of the arena as fast as possible. And Orpheus is just gone. He's not. You don't know if he's dead or if it's just gone.
I'm with that. I'm going to actually quote someone here, and I'm gonna be like, yeah, I remember that. I like the part with space, and when meets with the part with Odyssey. Yeah, I haven't seen that movie, so I do apologize. I will. I'm with Michael Barker on this one, so I do apologize.
Take your drinks, everybody.
I see the black smoke on the screen, so then I can picture that.
So as that happened, the whole crowd is kind of like, huh? Like one big huh? And then they just kind of look around, uh, like questioning wise, like just what the heck just happened? And then after a little bit, they look to you, and they kind of just go, okay, ah, and they know that no matter what weird circumstances just gone on, whatever weird thing this guy has just done, you are still the winner, and you can take that in as whatever suits
Yeah,
you.
as I'm taking the stab and he disappears in this mist, I'm quickly looking around, like, where is he at? Did he do some kind of magic teleportation? His weapon as well, and I'm like expecting, and I know I'm one swipe, I could be dead too. So I'm taking the defensive, looking around, trying to find any inkling of where he would be, or even where this miss is going to be. So I look up Cicero, just like, like, what do I do? I'm supposed to kill somebody here. The guy who I was about honorably just basically given his death of a gladiator is gone. He has swindled the fight twice in a row now. This is already bad the first time when it happened, but we understand that the crowd kind of got in the way. But the second time, him just disappearing before the final death, after he gave his salute that he gave up, I'm lost. I'm like looking everywhere as I possibly can. I'm looking up at Cicero, trying to figure out what's going on. I'm with the crowd.
Cicero looks almost nearly as like the crowd, just like where the heck is this guy? Like just looking everywhere, giving you like a shrug of I don't know. And then you hear from behind the announcer saying, "Calm down, everyone. Calm down. No matter what has happened, we still have one thing for sure." And the announcer goes into the middle of the arena where you are and grabs your hand and lifts it up and says, "We have a new Regus." And the crowd just starts, like, gets more clear-minded, kind of ignoring what just happened, and starts to go, just cheers all around.
Feeling hurt, the integrity in my body, just like saying, no, this isn't the way it's supposed to be. I'm supposed to kill him. I'm supposed to take the title, the wealth from him, and it has been robbed from me. The crowd is saying I'm the winner, but I know I'm not the winner. My death didn't happen for me to take take on the new mantle of this. And I mean, he's got my hand up. All I can do is just please the crowd, but you could see in my face is just in dismay that this can't be. I don't feel like I'm the winner because I didn't do the kill, or I didn't follow the instruction of what the emperor just put upon us. And so you could see that everybody's all around me is cheering for me, but you can see that I just don't have this face of victory.
And you have this uncertainty, and I'm pretty sure that your combatants like your fellow combatants have a weird look in the face, like we don't know what to do. This is weird that this has happened, and they're like celebrating with you, but their face is concerned too. But even though you feel that in your heart, and all of them have that same suspicion, we move forward onto the anointing of all of you being named Regus. And you are all Olympic style in line with the emperor coming up to you in the middle of the arena. And you can say that there are people throwing purple and white confetti of the royal colors of Vespia all around as the king comes up to you and comes and with Cicero next to you, and comes up to you and Cicero and hands Cicero, your trainer, the cup. And Cicero, who looks on to you still with weird glances of he knows that like it's internally that it's not setting well that this has happened. It's very strange that this has happened. It doesn't know what kind of magic or what was used here, but knowing to accept the award of the house, he looks at the award, and you can see it's a golden trophy, a big golden gauntlet trophy, with this blue crystal in the middle of it, just emanating this weird, strange glow. And if you feel next to it, that it just has this mystic feel to it that it doesn't even seem normal at all, even with a magical feeling. But he looks at it, and then he just raises it, and the crowd just cheers on very heavily as they have been following suit. And Sistro comes up to you and he says, "I know the circumstances for this are very weird, but no matter what, you are still my prize champion, Cygnus, and you deserve to hold this cup." And he hands the cup to you.
Dominus, I know what you're saying. It is honored to hold it for your house. But am I? And you can see I'm having a smile. Like I'm trying to put this mask on. But everything I've learned since I was a kid, a little, I'll use the word as people say, orcling, that it is an honor to fight in the arena, to win the battle of the crowd, and to defeat an honored foe, one who's trained just like you. And I'm trying to put this mask on that this is good, this is all right. And I'm struggling with it. And you see it on my countenance and the way I'm just talking. And I was like, for the house, if you wish me to hold it, I will. But in my heart, this isn't until the next defeat that I do for the house. But for now, if it is good for you, I will make it good for me.
And as
I
he
am
starts,
honored, Dominus, my father.
and he looks at you and he says, "You have always been a son to me. You weren't the one being dishonorable. You followed what I instructed you, and for that, you deserve more than ever the title of Regus." And he hands you the cup.
And I pick it up because I know what the crowds are just expecting me to do something, and I'll lift it, kind of like more of a catty corner. So it's because I can't do this, so I'm just lifting it and just trying to just scan the crowd, what they're doing. Slowly, I'm getting a smile on my face because I'm trying to work on this mask. That this is good. This is what the people want, and I need to follow their plan So I'm going to push a smile. My eyes don't show the smile, but I will have the mouth formation of it, and even my left side shows a little the fang of the half orcness in me, the barely can see, and I will be proud to hold this until the next battle with a next worthy foe. And I will basically, that's in the back burner in my head because I know there will be another. And then at that point, I will know if I'm really worthy of this trophy.
Mm-hmm. And as you lift and all the commotion goes on, we're just going to quickly fast track to way later in the day to the after party at your house's, where they house the gladiators, and you guys are having an after party basically. Whatever that entails, with a big feast, your big turkeys, your, meats of all sort, mashed potatoes, wine, ale, if have you. Your fellow competitors may have a couple of women around them. I don't know if you would like that or not, but of course that is going all around. And there is just a big celebration going on, and you are next to Cicero, and he just says, "I know that it troubles you that You may have not won the cup with the foe taking his honor bound like he's supposed to. The Death Seekers, who he's part of, are sneaky and tricksters. He wasn't being honorable. Of course, you, my son, are always honorable.
No, I'm not, Dominus.
Enjoy yourself. This feast is for us and for our house. We have earned it well, and so have you.
The people have wished it. The Emperor has wished it. You have been wishing it for me. I accept and I will hold that responsibility. Only you know how I feel. I will show that I am proud of what happened. I will do my best to honor the house of Capiani and of for you, Dominus. It is you that I fight for myself in the arena, for the people, for their glory. They come to see athletes do their best in honor, and I will do no less the rest of my days, even if I stay the champion. I know I have worked very hard. I will be these people's person of choice to be the champion. I will uphold that. But right now, I am struggling. But I by tomorrow, I promise tomorrow, I will give you the honor of holding this title, and I will be worthy of it. Right now, let me struggle with it if I may, because it might be the last time I really struggle with it, and I'll forget this feeling, so that I may never do it to another person or take away that chance of taking my life because of their honor. I cannot do that. So if I may, please let me remember this feeling because tomorrow I will forget it.
As you wish. As you wish. Go.
Thank you.
And the whole you go off doing whatever you wish. The party goes on, and of course, towards the end, uh, you guys the room clears out, and you guys take to your rooms, Cicero and yourself, to yours, and of course, night falls, and uh, you all, of course, need to rest. Um, you sleep very restfully after being very tired, of course. Uh, and soon, maybe after a while of darkness in your sleep, you start hearing this. Cygnus, Cygnus, Cygnus. Your destiny has only begun. Wake up. Follow the voice. Wake up. Wake up. Wake up. Wake up. And you wake.
And I'm just sweating. The cloth that is on my chest, the blankets, it's as if someone had just dumped water, missed half the bed, but got me. I'm sweating, panting. I grabbed instantly for my swords, but they're not there. I'm in a holding cell still, just to that wouldn't have weapons, and I'm looking around. I my eyes adjust even in the darkness. I'm looking, and I look to the door, and I see if someone's at the actual window of the door or of the, and just to see if there's someone there talking to me. Anybody there? Who's there? Speak up.
You hear silence, but soon there may be something else. And I would like for you to roll a perception check.
All right, perception check. And my perception will be a +4 because I am proficient in it. And that's a 17, so it's a 21 perception.
You hear a commotion, a shuffling, and some grunts, and off in the distance, towards where Cicero's holding place is, like where he rests, his master bedroom. You, as a gladiator, have known it too well. The sound of grunting and just brutal fight, struggle, if you have you. Just.
I try to open the door, and I know it's kind of locked, and I don't have time to yell out. I will run to the far side of the wall. As soon as I do, I basically almost jump off of it, and running towards the door, I will tuck in my shoulder and just be ready to hit it with my shoulder, trying to put my whole body into knocking this thing down. I don't care what trouble I would get into, because these doors can't really come down unless you expect a lot of trouble. Guards to attack you. I don't even care. I hear Cicero struggling. I'm barging through that door with all my might.
You barge through. Is it through your door or Cicero's door?
Well, I have to get through my door first.
Yeah.
And I know it's not open because it would be under a lock and key to protect myself.
Yeah.
And I can't. I'm not going to just call someone to open up quickly. I'm just going to barge through my door, and will be more than happy to take some damage if you need me to do. But that's all. I'm seeing myself on the other side of that door, as if I was a teleporter magic user.
You go through that door, and if there was any guards guarding you whatsoever, you see limp bodies in front of the door, just slouched over, and those were the guards that were assigned to guard you from your house masters, of course. And if you run towards where Cicero's place is, you would notice that there are toppled things, and that it has become silent just recently. And
When I look down at one of the guards, do they have a sheathed weapon, or even a weapon that's already out, like they try to sheath something that came up on them?
Yes, they both have long swords.
All right, I will grab one of the long swords, because I know I can't dual wield them, but I can wield one long sword very competently, and I will grab it as I head towards the room where Cicero, I know where Cicero is stationed at.
So you go over there, and you realize that the guards that were stationed there are also a limp. And if you see any torchlight onto where they are, you'll notice that their throats have been slit and blood raining down from there. And you charge into Cicero's master bedroom, and you see you see Cicero there, lying with a dagger in his hand, just with slashed across his chest, just blood profusely going, and Cicero is just grunting on that, and he stares up at you.
No, Father, no! and I rush to his side. My knees run drops. I'm over his body, and I don't even care. And I'm like, no. And I'm looking around for his satchel where I know he's got some kind of potion, some kind of anything to he can't die now. And I'll yell out, guards! Guards in here! No! Father, stay with me. Who did this?
Shrouded men. I wouldn't be surprised if they were part of the Death Seekers. Listen to me. These may be my final hours.
Don't speak as such. Don't. You will live. House Dominus will survive. We will get them. But you have to live. Promise me. Right now, you'll live.
He looks into your eyes and he says, I... The men... dead everywhere. Guards not here. Run! Run now as you can. They're searching all of us, more than likely. Don't take my fate. Don't take the same fate. Run! Escape! Any way you can.
Father, you have to live. Guards! Someone! In here! Father, just live. We will get you out. Where should I run to? Where? Where should I take you?
It's too late for me. Run out of the sun. It looks into your eyes for a little bit as he grunts over his blood, and he just has a blank stare, and he slumps back into your arms.
The camera pans to my back. As I come over, breathing very heavily, I'm panting what sounds like pants. And it's like I know what just happened. He's gone. I'm not saying it. And you can hear the murmur of guards, guards, no, guards in here. Father, where? Speak to me. And as he comes around, I'm holding him tight on my chest. His head's, if he wasn't already, he's basically being suffocated up my shoulder. I'm like, no. And my hand is soft. And then it starts turning like muscular because I'm like getting mad. I look around the room. I grab his satchel, his bag, and anything else in the room. And I'm looking. I close his eyes because it's too late for him. But he told me to run. And I get up and take a look back at my father who raised me to be a gladiator, to be an honorable person. I look down at the ground where he lies. They will pay, Father. I will make sure of it. My honor is this. And look, I'm looking at the ground. They will pay. If I am to be your son once again. And I move out and I yell out guards once again to get someone's attention to come to his room. And I head towards the way where the arena is, or following the dead bodies as the perpetrators who came in did. And I follow that path out.
So you're following where the dead bodies are, looking around, and you hear this dead silence as you keep calling out guards, guards. but soon you hear, if you maybe little tip taps further out across the way, and if you want to investigate that, you can.
Is it in the direction of at least the arena to go out, or another entrance to leave?
It feels like it's, if you're still in the house, it feels like it's in another room in the house.
And the noise, once again.
If you well, it feels like it's little tipper tappers, little tip taps, but if you like, but if you want to give a perception check, it would probably be a more, you'd probably be, and listen more, you'd probably hear a more distinct sound.
All right. Let's see here. Let's go and do perception. No, my passive is higher. So that would be a 5 and a 4 would be a 9. Yeah. So
Oh, what's your passive, by the way?
14.
So if you just passively just start listening in and you go closer to where the sound is, it sounds like uh, feet. And if you want to investigate that, you can.
All right. I'll go ahead and investigate it.
So you head to this other room in within the house, maybe just a little storage way, and the door lies open, and there is a window looking out onto further out towards the city, and you can see the sea across quite a distance away, with the moon light coming in. And if you want to enter the room, you can.
All right. I'm gonna enter the room, but I'm gonna make sure I stand in the door so that it can't be closed behind me. So basically, if they're gonna close, if it's someone on that side of the door, on that side, whatever side, that they're gonna hit me before they even close that door. And kind of take a look, let my dark vision kind of kick in more, and to look in what's in the room, like what was making the noise or where it's coming from.
You look around, and you see that it's what you thought, what you perceived as feet or of little tip taps was just a mere mouse on the floor, just going. But as you go towards the doorway, you feel an arm just come behind you, and if you quickly turn around, you see a dark figure with a dagger ready to strike. And if you want to I'm not going to make him strike yet. So if you want to do initiative order, I'll see who takes the first hit.
All right. Rolled a 15, I have a 3, so a total of 18.
I believe I dropped my die, so okay, a total of 18. This guy is that. Let me make sure I didn't drop my die on here. Probably did. If not, I will just do a quick dice stream. Quick dice stream. Oh yeah. Sorry about that, folks. Did you Okay, so what was the one you said was like? What was your
I
initiative?
Yeah, I rolled a total of 18, and he beat me on the die. So
All right. He is going to take a swipe at you, and tell me if this hits or does not hit. And I'll tell you the total number in a second. Oh, I'm gonna guess it doesn't hit, even with the pluses.
well, you got to remember I was asleep, so I have only a 13 AC. I don't have any armor on.
Sure. Uh, he will take a swipe at you for that is 9.
9. Okay. Yeah, I have an
So,
AC of 13 right now because, like, again, no armor.
so you catch this and he swipes at you, but you easily dodge out of the way, and it's your turn to react.
As a reaction, I'm going to actually riposte with that. And when I do, I'm going to use the momentum of his body as he's striking, and I'm going to. Well, it's probably going to end up turning into a grapple, but I'm going to grab, like turn, and grab, and drop all the way to the ground. As I do that, I'm going to kick him back over me. Um, so if I'm going to go ahead and make my attack, and I guess we can do a grapple of some sort. Just grab him and then kick him over me.
All right. So you have to, and you just automatically do that.
This is a riposte. So basically, if he misses an attack, I'm putting in a point to I'm spending a maneuver point to do my riposte. And my riposte is actually to basically grab him and push him out of the way, like kick him over me.
All right, and that just automatically happens.
Yeah, because it's basically, but I have to do an attack. I have to actually hit first. So
So go ahead.
So then this is a D8. Yeah, I'm asking D8 to the damage if it actually hits. Okay, so it's going to be 14 plus, and it's a long sword. So we're going to say that it's non-magical. Everything's the same. So that'll be 6. So it'll be 20 AC.
Yeah, that definitely hit.
Okay, and it's a D. Long sword's a D8, right? Because that's not my normal weapon. And so I'm adding a D8 to do the riposte. That's going to be 7 and 5 is 12 points of damage. I'm not sure if we want to do the grapple on that because I'm a little hazy on this maneuver that I'm doing. If you're allowing.
As you like, well, I'll allow you to grapple him and move him, but as you shift him and try to hit him back, and he hits himself and he hits the wall. He similarly like Orpheus did. He burst into smoke, and the smoke just goes across the floor and leaves. But then you start if with your natural perception, you start hearing like a lot of swift feet coming towards your way, like a good amount of numbers.
And there's a window right there.
Yes, there is.
I will. Is there a rope in the room?
This is a storage room, so definitely if you look around, like for a quick second, you'll easily find one.
All right. I'm going to start making a loop, knowing how quick they're coming. So it's going to be a hastily done knot, and I'm going to put it over one of the barrels, and I'm just going to hope to God that this tent doesn't fit to that little window. But I'm going to basically when I do, I'm going to do it, and I'm going to pull on it as I go towards the window so it doesn't break when it hits the wall. And then sound on the window ledge and make sure that it doesn't fall. I'm going to use that as the window, and then I'm going to start climbing out of the window using the barrel and the rope that's tied to it.
All right, cool. So you toss out of the window, and it serves as an anchor weight, and you can tug and and whatnot, and you'll be able to have a firm way to get down. And you'll be if you ever look down, what you would see down there was about a couple stories down is the streets that lead off towards the towards this like seaborne towards the harbor, but the harbor is a good amount of distance off.
All right. I will make my way to the harbor and hope to God there is a ship ready to almost set sail. So I will climb down pretty hastily, make my way down. Once I do, I'm going to try to find some kind of clothing because I picture myself still in my night, in the night dressing that I would have. I have no armor. The only weapon I have is a longsword. I have no sheath to, so I can't even sheath it. I have my father's backpack. I'm not even sure what's inside of it just yet, but I have to get out of view of that window. So I'm going to try to zigzag through canopy of where stores are usually during the day, or even through the buildings. I got to get out of there. My father told me to run. I've already encountered one of these. I heard more coming. Yeah, I got to go. I don't know where I'm going to go, but I have to go.
So you're going on top of the buildings, kind of Assassin's Creed style, just and jump between small spaces, the buildings that are close together. And in the moonlight, you can start to see forming like close near you on rooftops. It's black smoke, multiple black smokes forming, and then they form the shades of these hooded, dark figured men that are running similarly towards you.
All right, I will take the defensive action and hold my ground because there's only two of them right now. But I've taken on many men. I've taken on three at once on practice sessions, and I'm actually going to take a defensive action. The longsword on my I'd say left hand, so that probably would be more comfortable left-handed. And then I'm actually going to go ahead and so I'm taking defensive action against these two attackers.
All right. So basically, when you take a defensive action, they'll have. Do they have disadvantage attacking you?
They have disadvantage attacking me when I'm on the defensive. Correct.
All right. Cool. So I'm going to say that their initiative, since you took the defensive action first, starts right after you. So they're coming towards you. One of them comes up and tries to swipe you. And let's see how he did. He does very poorly. He comes and it's gonna be bad anyway, so I'm not even gonna reroll that. He swipes at you and totally just goes wide as you kind of just duck under with your head. The other one comes up, tries to aim for the gut. Okay, that's one. And yeah, similarly, even with the +3, he goes for your gut, but you're able to easily just swipe that away with your sword.
All right. With another maneuver dice, I'm actually going to riposte the first attack.
Okay.
And that's probably why the second one kind of missed, because the way I had to maneuver, so he kind of missed. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to roll up here since you did now. I'm going to go ahead and roll my attack for the riposte, which is a +6 to this number, which is going to be 16 to hit.
All right, that will hit.
Okay, and that's going to be 2d8, and that is going to be 9 plus 4 is 13 points of damage on the first attacker. This is for my reaction.
You swing, and as you swing towards his neck, and blood splurts out onto your face, and he topples down, and just black smoke puffs up, but it doesn't go anywhere. It just disperses into the air as the other guy again tries to come at you.
My action now. That was my
Yeah.
reaction.
Yeah. He's got. Yeah. He's ready to get it, but you're still your turn.
Okay. So the other attacker's weapon is gone as well, just like before. Right?
Yeah.
Okay. So then on my action, I'm actually going to I'm actually going to go ahead and attack him. And so I already did defensive, so I'm actually going to attack him normally. So that's going to be a there, and then it's going to be a D8 for this, and that's going to be a 20 to hit.
Oh, yeah.
And that will, let's see, do I? No, I don't have that. So that will be 9 points of damage.
You So tell me describe how you kill this last guy.
All right. As the both attacks come in, I'm actually doing the riposte, and when I do that, it's basically gassing, but hitting the one person's arm, and gashing him pretty good. So my arm is coming in, and using the momentum of my arm, I swing my body to the left, swinging the sword, using my whole body to come across its chest. And he's probably a little shorter than me, seeing that I am 6'6", so he's probably a little bit shorter than me. So it's coming down a little bit, and I'm ready. Then basically going to come up and ready for the next attack. So that's what would be coming down. So that's how the last hit would be coming, and on the chest, coming at a slight angle down.
All right, you slash across his chest, and he gets knocked off the rooftop. And as that's happening, he just dispersed into smoke, into thin air. And right after that happens, I want you to roll. I want you to roll an acrobatics check.
Acrobatics.
Yes.
Okay, this is where I'm going. Oh no, I'm actually proficient in both athletics and acrobatics. Okay, I feel better. So we have a 14 for acrobatics. That's going to be a 5. So that's a 19 for acrobatics.
Okay, that's definitely gonna do good here. So as you slash across him, you you were very trained into your swings and how they look and how whatchamacalls it and like how graceful it is, and your gracefulness in your swings does you well as you see an arrow just whiz past you from behind you.
I won't even look back. I know it's an enemy. So I'm going to use I hope that body wasn't still there, because I just kind of jump off the body and keep going. I would actually run along the wall, and with using the acrobatics, I'm actually then wanting to leap from the one edge to the other to the next building across. Unless there's a way to jump down where there's a canopy, so I would jump from canopy to canopy and then to the ground, if that's possible.
You look down and you see the little stalls. So you're kind of in the marketplace area, and on those stalls you see that there are canopies on top that you can land on top of to ease your fall down, and you won't take damage if you fall down that.
I will do it, and I know my weight is pretty good, but I don't have my armor weight, so I think it'll hold me a little bit easier. If it doesn't, well, it's going to hurt a lot less. So I will, instead of doing all that maneuver and jumping, I'm just going to go ahead and do it, and just do like the hop the fence, left hand down with the sword, right hand, and then swoop my 2 feet and fall more flat, so that I'm not breaking the material when I hit like more of a center point, using my mass to spread my weight evenly on the sheet or on the canopy.
All right. So your weight hits the canopy, and as you fall, you kind of bounce off of it to the ground and with your acrobatics being so high, you bounce off onto your feet, and you can take off if you want to.
All right, yeah, and I, like I said, I'm looking for anything to wear. I have to first. I want to wrap up my weapon because I don't want to be against the law of carrying just an unsheathed weapon out in the middle of nowhere for no reason. And so I'm looking for clothes, or even if I have to get some kind of cloth on the way, just to wrap up the blade so that I don't get in trouble in that aspect.
There's a bunch of different storefronts, and this is closing hours. It's way past closing hours, middle of the night, if not towards going towards dawn is, and you can easily just pick off, gear that is on like at these stalls, especially like clothes or anything, just raggedly picking it up and taking it up on the way as you're running down, and the streets are kind of narrow, and you're guiding yourself away, just any sort of way to get out of there. And soon, after a couple minutes of just running, you get to this one crossroad intersection, and you can from each, you go in the middle, and from each section these accumulation of smokes pick up, and on each side of you there are these like you've seen before, dark hooded men, but now with these swords, just kind of doing it like from Indiana Jones, that don't bring a sword to a gunfight kind of thing, but swigging it and getting ready to take you on, and they all come towards you. And so, like we did before, roll initiative.
All right, here we go.
Okay, and I'm rolling for a 6. Okay, I'm gonna roll for all the guys. Make it simple, and I'm gonna make that counter be how many people you're facing right now. Oh, okay, so you may actually beat them.
So we go after the peasants in the area. Okay, perfect.
So they're all charging at you, and you have your first initiative, so you can do whatever you want to do.
All right. So I'm at a crossways, and they said there was 2 per section, except for the one I'm coming in, or is they're behind me as well?
One on each side of you.
Yeah. Which way is to the docks?
The way you were heading, which if you were looking forward, it was the way to the docks. But the docks are still a good distance away running wise. But it's right now your best chance.
How well do I know the town we are in?
You've been here, especially your house has, for the longest time. Your house has been here for centuries, basically. And so you would have been around town, especially the marketplace. You know it very well.
Okay, good. So I kind of know this very well. Then what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to use a maneuver, not an actual fighter maneuver. I'm actually using just my knowledge of the town itself, and instead of heading straight to the docks or kind of more towards it, I'm actually going to attack the one guy who's on the way that's kind of going against going to the dock. Once I do, I'm going to go past him. Even if I miss, I'm just going to go past him, take some opportunity, you can, and lead them a different way, and then come a roundabout way to get to the docks.
All right, so you're going to try to go past him, right?
Yeah. But I'm going to basically charge him. How far away is he?
He's within, I would say, if you're in the center, at least 15 to 10 feet. So you in your turn, you can easily go past him.
So so then on my action, on my move action, I will move the 15 feet and then attack him to catch up to hit him, and that's going to miss. And then I'm going to move out of his way, so he has attack opportunity on me.
All right. So you swing in your way to just get past him. You swing, but you swing wildly, and this guy gets an attack of opportunity on you, and he swings back. Oh, he comes down and strikes you across the chest.
Okay.
And how I'm going to do this is like this. So,
see, kid, this is why you don't play with swords.
He's going to take the die. It's that. He's going to max that die out. So it's okay. So I'm going to roll this. Everyone clear. All right. So that is in total an 11 as he strikes across your chest.
Right. So I'm hitting, and he takes a swing. What would you say? Would it be possible, since I know I'm already planning on going past him, would I be able to parry some of that with an actual maneuver? Could I actually parry, feeling that, or am I too much in the way that I'm just swinging wildly just to be able to make him do something weird so I can keep running? It's your call.
I would say, since you were concentrating on just getting past him,
Okay.
it's probably not in your mind that you're trying to even parry him, but he just slashes you across as you go past. But if you want to keep running, you can.
Okay, then I will continue with my next 15 feet, and I will take that damage. And then I'm going to, since I know I was more than 8 hours, I'm going to, let's see here, I'm going to use an action search, and I will, for the action I'm going to use is going to be dash to move another 30 feet.
All right, cool. So you do that, and as you're running for these guys' turn, you can see that they're all going down that alleyway, just coming to chase you, and you actually see that a couple, they all actually kind of, as they start running, turn into smoke, and the smoke starts to come towards you. But you're still out of range currently of them at the moment. And as you're running away, and we're gonna kind of break the combat here. As you're running away from them, and you see a bunch of different alleyways, just dark ways in the corner. You hear the voice that you heard in your dream, and it says, "Come here, sickness. If you want to get out of their way, come here. Out of one alleyway, a little bit across off the path. Oh, your mic's muted.
Oh, sorry. Okay, knowing that it's whisper, what did it actually say? Because I can't actually hear you when you're whispering it.
Oh, okay. Can you hear me? Wait, hold on.
No, it's the whisper. When you were whispering, I couldn't hear. So
Okay,
what was the word being used?
All right, so I'm just going to repeat what he said since I have the mic right here right now. Sorry. And I should switch to this side of my ear. All right. It says,
Okay, does my character actually hear it? Because I can't hear it physically.
oh, okay. Okay, again, technical difficulties.
Can you just say without whisper? I understand it's a whisper, but
it says come here. Yeah, it says come here, basically.
Oh, it doesn't come here. Oh.
Yeah.
And it's that same voice that woke me up?
Same voice that woke you up.
That was a voice. Okay, I want to do a insight, because this is something that I think it woke me up in defense, or if it was something. So I'm actually wanting to go ahead and do an insight. And I am not proficient in insight, so this is going to be interesting. So we have a +2 to the insight, and that's a 16 total.
All right. So going past just general knowledge, you look from hearing the tone of the voice, it sounds like you have this just gut feeling that it wants to help you.
Okay, then come here. I want to do my perception to figure out where that come here is coming from. So let's go ahead and clear that out. We have a perception is going to be a +4, so it's a 10. My 14 passive is much higher as well. Um, so take it as you need. Otherwise, I'm going to keep running unless I get yanked in somewhere or whatever. However you want it, how you want to do this.
So as you're running, you don't know which alleyway that Tamir went.
Yeah.
But as you go past one of the alleyways, you feel this big gush of wind just blow past you, and it's enough to for you to look in the direction that it came from.
Okay, I will look in that direction, and I'm not sure how you run, but I know when I'm running, I don't just look. My body tends to steer with how I'm looking because when I race, I'm looking in directions I need to be going. Especially if it's like a fast race. So when I do that, I'm thinking my body would automatically start wanting to veer how I'm looking. So I will look in that direction and see what is there.
All right. So are you steering towards it, or you're just looking at it, right?
Well, I would be running and trying to listen to where it is. I see the wind, or I feel the wind, and I'm looking, and I'll look, and it'll automatically kind of turn my body a little bit. So
if you just look, you'll basically just be seeing darkness. It's a dark alleyway.
Okay, I do have 60 vision, dark vision, 60 feet.
Okay, 60 feet. So you look in there, and you don't see anything. It just seemed like just wind just blew at you.
And it was a different alleyway in a sense.
It was that one was strong enough that you know that, but it was from that alleyway, but you don't see anything in that alleyway.
Okay, if it's from that alleyway, I will actually follow it. I can use that even if it's nothing there. I will use it as a distraction or taking it away from my real destination of going to the boats or to the pier to get lost in that crowd. So I'm going to go ahead and use this as another turn and follow that way. So that'll be a 30 feet movement since I'm actually changing speeds and turning. I don't think I would be able to dash down doing that whole turn. So I would just do a 30-foot movement coming in this turn.
Yeah. So you're running, and then on behind you, if you were able to just meta-wise, the dark smoke is still following you, coming past, and seeing you go in this alleyway, they start to form back up into people, and they're all coming at you. But on your turn, as it comes back to you, since you're still ahead of them, you hear
I think I need my ears checked because I really can't hear that.
Wait, can you hear me right now?
I can hear you now, but I can't hear you when you whisper.
All right, it says I'll project a little bit.
Okay, so I'll say goose. No, and what I'll do is I will on my maneuver I will actually use an acrobatics to tumble down and do a flip, kind of keeping down so I can keep moving. So that'll be I'm going to roll my acrobatics first and see if I can get at least good enough. I'm not sure what DC I want, and that's not going to be very good. That's a 7, so I'm sure when I do that, I do the flip and I stay there. I lose movement. I would have to get back up and keep going. So I duck, but I don't go any further.
As you start ducking, you see from the dark, even past the darkness of your dark vision, this almost the opposite of that dark smoke. You see this light smoke, just bellowing forward very fastly, and it comes at you like almost like it looks almost like a fireball at this point coming towards you, but it goes over your head as you duck, and behind you, it hits, just blast on these the figures behind you, and they all turn to black smoke and disappear.
All right, and when it's my go, they're disappearing. Um, I don't trust it. I'm gonna actually go ahead and I'm probably close to out of wind, but you can tell me if and when I can get to that point. I will continue make my movement, and then on my action, I will make a dash. So we look at another 60 feet of running, unless something's going to stop me before 60 feet. So, but I would get up. Um, I'm not sure how you want to play getting up. If that's one half movement, or if it's just a partial movement. How do you want to play that?
You can basically like as you dug down, you see this. You can get up, and if you wanted to start keep going, you can. It's all good by me. You're technically you're not being chased currently by anybody, but as you know.
Shoot, you say I'm not being chased. I know I'm being chased. So yeah, I'll just say because I have to actually, I'll just what you're saying. I'll get up and I'll make my move, and then on my action, I will do a dash to keep pushing myself. I mean, I'm probably used to 5 mile runs probably daily, so I'm actually exerting myself. So I'm looking at 2.5 miles. Probably not a problem. I'd probably be very winded at the end of it. So I'm pushing myself. I don't have armor on. So I feel a little lighter. So I'm going to go ahead and use that to my advantage.
And so you're making your way uh, across the alleyways. And do you want to hit the major streets or just dark alleyways, or tell me like kind of your plan?
My plan is to try to follow this voice.
Yeah.
They want to help me. It woke me up. It warned me of a danger that might have coming, and I'm hearing this voice, and that's what I want to follow. If it makes me look a different way, then I know that I need to go that way. But as far as I know, it wanted me to come down this way. I'm just going to follow it until I reach some kind of way that I can't keep going, and then we'll go from there.
Mhm.
I'm I know where the dock is, and I know where these guys are going. They're following me, and I want to be able to make it there, but I want to lose them at the same time as my first wish. But if I find out who's trying to help me, then I would give them time. So
Mhm.
right
As
now,
you, oh, okay. What did you say?
because I know right now I'm lost in my own hometown because I am being pursued. So, and it's not like pursued like by the officials, or I'm being pursued by killers that want to bring me down, and I already know this. And I am going to do everything I can to honor the wish of my father to find out who did this, so that I can avenge his death. And so yeah, I'm trying to make it to the boat, but if that's the final play.
So from the direction you're running, uh, that uh, that you keep going, you pass part of the alleyway, crosses a major street, and the voice says,
All right, I can't put my speakers up any louder because they're almost maxed.
"Turn, turn."
Turn.
The voice. There
Okay,
you
turn. And I'm like, I look. Is there only one way to turn, or is there two ways to turn?
go. There's two ways. There's two ways to turn, and it doesn't direct you either which way.
Okay. Um, well, seeing that the boat is down to my left and a little bit back behind me, I'm gonna go left. I'll duck in and go left. And what do I see in front of me? Because I'm probably going to finish my movement doing the turn.
You look in front of you, and as you're turning, you see the docks, and they're visibly, uh, maybe couple of miles, uh, walking distance or running distance away from you. Uh, but as you turn, you look, seeing uh, black smoke forming. But if you want to, if you would like to, and see more options, I will. And since I know you're like rushing and you can't see everything right now, I'll allow you to have a perception check.
Do a perception check.
Yeah.
All right. And let's see here. That is a 17 plus 4 is a 21.
21. Perfect. You look down. You look down the ways, and in your rushing, you see maybe a couple of ways of going, but you look straight down the street and you see the top, a grate that is probably easily, removable, uh, down to where the sewers are. As you start seeing smoke building on the rooftops, uh, like probably trying to search for you and form, humanoid figures to try to get you.
Yeah. Okay. Now here's the next question because this will help my judgment. Um, these sewer areas are they? Does it lead out of town in some fashion, or do I know them competently, or would I know I would get lost if I went down there? Because I've probably never been down there. Is that something like kids would do in this town and get in trouble later and they're like, oh my God, that was so much fun? Or is it one of those things that you don't go down there because, for one, it stinks?
So people don't typically go down there, but knowing that, as a gladiator, you probably have faced some or been with people that were of the urchin like, and have actually been down in the sewers for survival reasons. You know that if you heard any story from them, that the sewers kind of follow the route of the main streets for the most part. So
Okay.
if you were judging that way, then you'd be able to follow
I
that.
would judge my stories of these comments. I mean, they tell some table tales and stuff like that, but who would tell a tale about a sewer line? I mean, if it was like the cuteness of a woman or this fish that they got, I can understand. But a sewer line, there's no reason to lie. So I'll believe it, and I'll um, pull up the grate, and I'll. And is it a round one or is it more of a square?
It's the grate is more kind of squarish.
Square, perfect. Is there a ladder already pre-done, or how far of a drop is it?
There's a ladder going down tunnel fashion.
Okay, what kind of ladder would it be?
Your typical kind of kind of iron, metal going down into the
All
stone
right,
sewer.
it's metal. All right, so what I'll do is, um, since yeah, it's square, and I can't do it really hastily to make it fall. Um, and if I just drop it, it'll make noise, and they're gonna alert them. I will actually try to go in as stealthily as I can to get into the tunnel, and then follow. Once I get down, coming down, I'm not sure which way it would go, but it's going to be the direction opposite of the way I have to climb. So I know which way right now is the docks. However, the ladder's on the side, I'm going to use that as my point of view of which way to run towards the docks. So if you want me to roll a stealth check to see how stealthily I can pick it up and get in, or it's up to you.
All right, yeah, you can go ahead and roll a stealth check to see if you can stealthily get in as black smoke is kind of merging above, maybe trying to search for where you're at.
All right, so we have a total of, yeah, 16.
That will be definitely good enough.
All right, something I'm not proficient in, but of course I don't have armor on, so. All right, so I'll go down, and I will probably run on the edges if it's rounded or if it's square. You tell me how it's going to look, or if you want me to make it up, then I would say it's more round, and I would probably want to run more on the side where it's a little higher than in the middle.
And so, just are you talking about the sewers down below,
Down
or
below, correct.
okay? So, yeah, you see it. Yeah, you can see the archway more round, and you start going towards uh, where you perceive where the uh, harbor is. And as you go there, you get to a part where it is like the streets, a crossway. But even so, there's like the middle part has a kind of uh, wooden platforming in the middle, so that if there's any workers or anything else need to come down here, that they can set themselves in. And you come across that way, and you start hearing the voice from almost all sides, and it says, "Cygnus, Cygnus, Cygnus, Cygnus." Sorry, I'm trying to speak louder for it.
Yeah.
Cygnus, Cygnus.
All
Stop.
right. And look in the
And
direction. I mean, they said my name in particular, so
okay. Can you hear me okay like this, by the way?
just talk. I mean, I think we understand it's a whisper, so I
Yeah.
was trying to just talk so I could actually hear it.
So you hear a soft whisper, and it you hear it from basically in any direction. It's like you can't pinpoint it, and it's saying, you have you have potential. Your destiny is not is just begun. I've told you this before. The You need to take to leave. You already know this. Your place belongs out there at the colony. I can't explain to you now why I've been calling you and helping you, but it goes deeper than what you think. The Death Seekers are planning something terrible. My master needs to see you, and the colony is where you'll find him. You'll know when you see it. Take to the harbor. Be careful. Danger awaits before you can leave.
All right. Um, and all right. So now that I'm down here and I'm running toward the harbor, um, I will continue going. And as I'm thinking of the colony, what do I know of the colony? Is it something of just stories, or is it what? I mean, is there want me to do a history check on it or
Yeah,
something? Or all right,
yeah. Hold on. My cat's attacking the blinds.
okay.
Cat. Yeah, you can definitely take a history check.
All right, so I'm thinking colony. And I'm like, there's a lot of colonies. Which colony? And I'm like, I can probably name off of probably 7 different colonies. I'm like, which one's the right one? How do I know which ones to go to? Uh, and I'm like, the only one I know what colony is around here, and that's called the harbor. And he said the harbor to go to because that's the only thing I can think of. So I guess I lose track of trying to remember which one because there's so many to choose from. I don't know which one he means. So I'm gonna go to the harbor and I'm gonna keep running. Um, and I'm actually going to, if I don't hear them coming behind me, I actually want to slow down in case they're running the same speed that I would be doing, that they were doing originally. And I want to slow down here and maybe even muffle the noise by slowing down and probably just moving normal speed. Because I'm sure there's going to be splashes of water and stuff like that. So I want to move a lot slower than if I was up top running and actually be able to catch my breath and gain some composure in my stamina.
Okay, so you do that, and you're gaining your breath as you're walking dreadfully slow, and you hear, just a you probably didn't just take to it because you're running so fast trying to get away, but it really starts to sink in. The atmosphere of the sewers, just you can hear the water rushing from both sides of the tunnel, just the swashing of it, and you can also just smell this nasty, putrid poo smell, just all across everywhere you go. So it probably takes you back, and you may need to hold your nose, uh, and you can hear just droplets of water going plip plop, very slowly in the distance, and of course you can hear rats going just the little noise the rats make, little squeaks. Uh, and as you're carefully walking, you can see with your dark vision that there's the sewer tunnels kind of slightly go down just a little bit, uh, and go it's still towards where the harbor is, but it's starting to go down ramp wise, and maybe insightfully you are getting, like, if since the people that have been at the sewers, that when it gets towards the harbor it's going to pour out towards sea, and so it dips down, gravity wise, so you're getting really close to where the harbor is.
Sweet. And this is probably going to hurt if I would actually just let my body go with with the water than if I was an armor. So I'm actually going to try to do that, but I want to get a little more momentum. And then once I can get a little more deeper, I would actually go ahead and put myself in the mercy of the water to let it push me down instead of me trying to uh, keep myself up and slipping and sliding. I rather just let the water just completely take me and use it as a water slide.
So it's good that you did that, because I was gonna have to make you have a check in a second here, but you go down the water and just kind of with slip and slide it down, and you go diagonal, and you go quite a good ways down diagonally, and you head to this the bottom of where it was leading, and you see this big uh, room, just like kind of cavernous, uh, with with a whole wall that is just basically uh, grates uh, that kind of lead off in the darkness. But if you looked out, you would see just sea, not the water inside, but just the top of the sea, and you you go down and you kind of clash into one of these grates, since it's not big enough for a person to get through. Uh, but if you look around, you might find a way to exit.
Okay. Um, And so I'm looking out that way, and there's nothing to the right or left of me. So I'll look up, see if there is a way that way. If not, then maybe underneath me. If there's some kind of maybe another thing to lift or push, pull, tug or toe. um, so yeah, so those are the one, two, four different directions I would look right off the bat.
All right. So as you look up, uh, the since the flat surface area away from the tunnel, you could see that on the ceilings towards uh, on both ends of like the wall that is closest to the to where the water's going out to sea, and towards the wall where the tunnel you came in, there are a couple of grates like you came in from, and you can see uh, maybe the peering the peering of moonlight coming down from it, and you can see that there are you know there but for some reason there are no uh, ladders up to it.
Yeah.
But
Um,
yeah,
what about like is what's the area made of? Is it a brick? Is it more of a concrete molding, a stone, jagged stone? Because what I want to do is actually get up, but I'm going to use the grate probably to give me some weight so I can actually push on while the water hits me, and then try to get way up on it. And once I get past the water, then basically use my muscle to climb. So this would be more of an athletics and of climbing that I would be trying to get up until I get my body up, and then use my height as an advantage to basically keep going up, push against it, climb up more. So yeah, I guess it'd be an athletics to try to get out of the water and then up and out of the outer gate. Great up top.
so yeah, you can look on the wall, and this is you look around, and the stone is older. It's old stone, brick basically, gray cobblestone. Uh, and if you look into the wall, there are definitely little holes in it that you can stick a hand through, and you can try to maneuver your way uh, up to where one of the grates is. And
All
if you
right.
want to do an athletics check, then or
So
to climb up.
using athletics, I'm going to basically using my muscles to climb up, and that is going to be a 15 on. So it's a 6 athletics and then the 9, so it's a 15 total for climbing.
Mhm. So that will, I would say that would be basically good enough. So, and as you're climbing, uh, you struggle and you keep putting your hands in and where your feet in to try to match the molding. And to one of the grates, whichever one you choose for that, it can be either the one closest to the seawall or one further, further from back from the tunnel. But you can easily exit out to whichever grate you want to exit from.
All right. And yeah, I will go ahead and at first I want to hear what's going up out there as I take a little breather from stopping on my climb, and I want to try to see if I could hear um, rumblings of either the populace talking about these things and the smoke coming through, or even if the guys or the smoke themselves are hearing them and they're clatter like, where is he? So I want to do a perception check to see where or if there's any commotion outside of the grate. And
So so for the most part, you hear at first at least you hear quiet since this is night and no one's really out. Uh, but then you hear the swiveling of smoke around what like on the top, and you hear a familiar voice, one that might bring a little anger into your mind or into to you, and it says, "Ugh, Have you found him? And you hear the other voices from up top saying, not yet, sir. We're still looking across the city. I would presume he would be around here trying to escape. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. He probably would be. He's not going to get away with a mere insult of how he thinks he could defeat me in battle. He will pay. Yeah, yes, sir. Yes, sir. We'll keep searching. You better be searching better than what you have been. He's a sneaky one for a half-orc he is. Can't believe you can't even hear the claw rings. We've lost some men, sir. We're still trying to find them. Do better! Out of my sight. And you hear the puffs of smoke like just going as not that it enters, but you can see that smoke goes across the grate, and it just makes it dark for a second, and once they're gone, it's bright again, and it's silent yet again. Right. And from the voice that you recognized, it was none other than Orpheus.
Yep. And I know I am not equipped to fight him in an honorable combat. I have my armor. I don't even have my weapon of choice. I'm too smart to even just bulge out and just come in something underhanded. So what I am going to do is I'm actually, as he's whispering through, I'm actually going to lift the gate and move it to a 45-degree angle. Kind of bring it in a little bit. And when one of those guys comes in, I actually want to let it go to make it fall. So they come towards and look, and when they do, I'm going to grab them and drop them in.
This is when they're going away from Orpheus?
No, not Orpheus. The one of the regular peons, the guys that have been trying to find me and I've been attacking. So once he goes through, I will put it to a 45-degree angle, kind of slide it in because geometry. So it goes in, and then once I do, I'll kind of get ready, and then I will drop it to make noise for one of them to come through. My reaction would be the first one who comes through is I'm going to grab them and pull them in to fall.
All right, so as one of the peons comes to investigate, and I get that you do that, and he topples down to the ground, and you hear as he's there, and he groans. He goes, and he just starts groaning on the floor in pain.
All right, and I'll get out, and so it went that way, and that's towards the dock area. I will actually have to follow because that's the way I need to get to anyway, and I'm going to be coming up from behind it. Is there anyone else around?
You look all the ways, and you believe the coast is clear.
Okay. Yeah. Then I will go in and go. I will kind of throw the sword up over so I can climb up a little easier, grab the tops, and basically pull up and push myself out of the grate, roll over, and then grab my sword, the long sword from the one guard, and I forgot my IOU on him. And then head down towards the grate. Again, looking for, disguises, anything that I could try to grab to put around my neck, head, body, almost anything. And I mean, this is so bad, but this is my survival and survival above the law at this point. So, yeah. So if I have to steal it, well, I gotta steal it. I gotta survive for now.
You, as you go up, you're definitely, more towards the dock area like you were, and still some shops around, and you look around, and there are a couple of different shops. And let me just clear that. You look around, and there are, definitely signs with clothing on it to symbolize, it's a clothing store. And if you wanted to enter into it, I would assume you can.
All right, excellent. First, I do a knock real quickly, and then kind of see if I can open the door.
Mhm.
Now, and if it's open, I would actually go ahead and try to go in. And first question I see if there's anybody, I'm going to put my finger to my mouth. If not, I kind of go in. Now, I don't have a disguise kit on me, but I am proficient with the disguise kit. And that means I kind of know how to do things with clothes, and I want to just be able to put it on, cover my head. I'm not going to hide that I'm not an orc, half orc, because I mean, my size just gives it away. But what I can try to do is make me look uh, maybe a little more plump, uh, and probably with some kind of head maneuvering to kind of change that it's like I've been in that pain almost all day in a sense. Not I don't look like I'm even in just got up out of bed or anything like that.
All right, so I'm going to quickly describe what the store looks like. So you go in uh, with just a little, even if you feel a little tug, you can easily just with your gladiator strength, just automatically just push it in a little bit, uh, and or break the lock, and you'll be able to get in. And as you look in, you see many different clothing aligned up onto these tables, uh, different cloaks, different different shirts of all different kinds, just of more on the middle class kind of side where it's normal clothing, but you definitely see cloaks and other things and shrouds you can disguise yourself in. And there is a stairway leading to the top, suggesting or leading to another floor, suggesting that this may be like living like living quarters as well. So as you come in, please do a stealth check.
All right, so looking for a perception check, right?
Perception. You can do perception to see which best clothing is there,
Uh,
or other things that are around, and then you can do and I definitely need you to do me a stealth check so that you don't get
Stealth
caught.
check. Okay,
Yeah.
the stealth check is going to be now. That's since that's what you actually asked. The stealth check is an 11.
Uh, do a perception check for next, and then I'll tell you what happens.
All right, perception is a 13.
Okay. 13. You generally kind of just see around. There's a desk uh, area, or like that covers from top to bottom. That is there for where the store owner would be during regular business hours. You see different shrouds, and you can easily just pick out any good shroud. And if you wanted to go over there and find it, you find a good darker shroud, maybe that can kind of look like uh, the guys that are uh, chasing you, but only vaguely kind of look like that, and
Yeah.
darker clothing.
What I would
Yeah.
do, actually, I wouldn't want to look like them. What I would want to do is look for darker shades. Since I can only see in black and white, I wouldn't look for the black ones. I'd be looking for darker. Um, they'd be like presumably like browns and maroons or navy reds or something like that. Um,
Mhm.
not, but I don't want to have the black. I want to be able to look completely different from them, but I also want to look keep my Roman heritage of the colors because I'm sure
Mhm.
there's lighter shades and then there's the darker shades and then there's of course there's the black shades and I don't want the black shades. I want to get the light a little darker. And if there is anybody in here, um, I'm actually just going to whisper it in a more less than normal voice. And I'm saying I'm sorry, but I really need help to get out of town. If anybody's in here, I hope you understand. I Um, and then basically, as I'm doing that, I'll actually start open up my father's bag and see if his coin purse is actually in there. If it is, I will grab coins, probably like, just kind of doing this. And I'll probably end up having like 6 or 7 of these coins come out, and I'll put it on the table, wherever it's at. As I'm kind of getting ready, I'll do that and just put coins. I don't even know I mean, I can see the sizes, but I just don't know. I'm just gonna just grab some and just drop them on the table, and then kind of wrap myself out, put some stuff inside underneath my arms to make me look more, and then put some around my legs just to give me some a little bit more padding. Because I'm gonna have if I am gonna have to fight, I'm gonna have to kind of use this as armor as well. And if I see an armor chest piece of some sort, I might just try to put that on if I think I have time. But if I don't, I won't even worry about it. But it's in my head to, like, I know I have to don some armor on if I'm going to at least have somewhat of a chance if I'm going to fight Orphis again.
Mhm. So, as you do all that, in the middle of that, of course, from the top, you hear the creaking down the steps of what looks like a person in their nightgown, a man in their nightgown, saying, "Oi, what are you doing here?" And you, of course, explain yourself like you just did,
Yeah.
and put the goal on the table, and he says, "All right, whatever, whatever you need, just get out of my store whenever you can."
I appreciate it. And I don't mean to bother you very much, but I thank you. This is going to help me somewhat. And um, I mean, and then I'll basically do a couple more coins just to so that thank you for your discreetness. And kind of I'll look at him, thank him, and duck out of his shop, and then I'll try to actually just walk calmly down the road as a normal, like even a guard would walk down. Like I'm not in a hurry. No one's pursuing me. I'm going from one point A to point B, and so there we go. And I do have some kind of headgear, so kind of protect myself. And then of course I have the darker clothing on, and I would have changed. I would have left my nightgown or whatever it is I would have worn for bed in the house, so I don't even have an inkling of it on me.
Okay.
That's just I would think of that something as part of being proficient with the disguise kit.
Mhm. So, all that is all true. You go out onto the street. Uh, like literally, like you're almost like you're super dang close to the dock. You had to walk in a little bit for disguise, of course. So like not even a half mile away from the dock, and you start walking towards there. A guard, uh, like on duty with a torch, kind of just comes to you and says, it's past curfew hours. What are you doing out?
I'm making it to one of the ships, and for some strange reason, I don't even know why. And instead of like just some like a normal ship, I'll actually say I'm making my way to the colony. I'm a little late, and I understand. And I do apologize. Oh, I do apologize, but I gotta make it to the colony. Um, can you can you please forgive me this one time? I won't happen again. If I can get on that, I will be off of the streets.
Well, they do run ships to the colony, like late hours. Which colony are you going to?
Well, I'm gonna look at this one of like the ships and be like, well, I'm trying to get out of here for the next one, but I'm already late for the ship. I'm not sure which one I'm going to at the moment, but once I get my bearings, of where I am, I'll be able to make to the bear. And I do apologize. Again, if I just make it on a ship, I will be off your streets. And I do understand where you're coming from. It looks suspicious, and I do apologize. So if you want to help me, you can. Or, I mean, if you want to book me, then I'm going to be even more late, and I do apologize. And I'm just kind of like rambling on about, I understand I'm on the streets after a certain point.
And he just said, and he kind of just says, "Calm, citizen, calm. The only ship I can think of that leads to any of the colonies of Vespia uh, is, well, frankly, I can't believe I'm suggesting this, the colony of Kern."
Kern. It's a great name for a colony. That must be visited. Um, and well, I mean, the longer we speak, I'll be on your streets longer, and then um, that wouldn't be good for you. So, I mean, I'm not asking you to put a blind eye, but if I can just make it to the ships, I won't be on your streets, and I'll kind of like make it sound legal. Like once I'm on a plank of a ship, I'm not on his streets anymore, and he doesn't have to worry about doing some kind of arrest or paperwork. So,
Mhm. And he just kind of says, "Well, gods be with you for going to Kern. Only, only the insane really go across the Dragonway Sea. Hasn't it's ah, well, gods be with you. Good luck on whatever business you have in Kern."
and I'll kind of spit it out, unsubconsciously. I'll serve the emperor well,
Of course,
and
of course.
and I will continue on, and I'll realize it just slipped from me. It's like, oh, because that is, it's back of my thought. It's every time you talk to an official and you have nothing hidden. So it's some him, it might give away who I am, and I'm just like, oh my god, I hope he doesn't realize my voice, and I just said that, and everything else, and I'm just going to go ahead and beeline it, casually, but not too casually, um, and make my way to this ship, make my way to the docks, and then I have a name at least. Now I'm not lost in words of trying to figure out which colony. So I don't never heard of Kern. So Kern is what sounds good to me, and I am telling the truth. I say Kern because that's where I'm going.
All right, so you head up into the direction where the ships are, and you're getting very very close to the harbor. But as you turn your way from uh, the back of the guard, and you start that's on patrol, and you start walking, you hear the sound of, and you hear the dropping of something just
Okay, is behind me?
behind you.
Crap! I just killed this guard. Uh, I will keep walking, look back, and instantly my body will start walking backwards as I'm looking at who's here.
And as you look back, you see the, this big figure, uh, just like over this guard's body, who's of course slit, throat's been slit, and he he starts and he's in this big shroud, and like he's big, very big shrouded, uh, and he starts kind of just going through his palms, cleaning his blade, and he looks over his shoulder, and within that shroud, you see two orbs, red orbs.
I figured. um, kind of keep walking backwards. I'll put my hand to the cloth that I was hiding the sword in, as if it was just part of a pack. So glad I have that, otherwise I would look bad. And I will put my hand on the hilt as I'm walking backwards, and um, I mean it's kind of evident what I need to do. And as I do that, I'm going to pull out my sword with the momentum of pulling it out, turn my body, and I'm going to run. Um, I would say for this action, probably 15 feet. But it looks like I'm going to try to keep moving. I mean, if by me turning was already too late for me to hide who I was. I mean, it's he knows it's me. I know it's him, and I'm just going to keep maneuvering to go because this isn't. I'm again not armored the way I normally would be, so I'm at a disadvantage. So the only thing I can get is to get near other people to see what's happening, and if Um, I mean, this is the crowd. I mean, the people here that live here is the crowd that saw what happened earlier. My only safety is to use the crowd to my advantage again, and I am going to run down the road to the the harbor to get a ship to Kern.
All
And if
right.
he's reading my thoughts, that's what he's reading. I mean, it's on my top of my head. I'm not hiding it. That's what I'm thinking.
So the streets are actually, somewhat clear because it's night. Uh, so anyone, you guys can obviously see each other pretty clearly. And as you're running, he shouts, "Stop him!" And you hear just two coming towards your way. And let me roll this real fast.
And my AC is 13, unless you're going to give me some kind of bonus for all the clothing I put on me. If not, that's cool.
I will. I
Totally up to you.
will. Let's see. I will give you one. Those were option descriptions that you've had, so you obviously have inspiration right now because you're definitely inspired to get the heck out of here. I'm going to just say flat rolls. So one of them, you hear one arrow just whiz past your foot, but another one sinks into your thigh, and you kind of grab at it as it hits you, and he says, and Orpheus just kind of says, "Leave them to me." And so you will take. Let me just kind of do a flat D8 roll here. Oh, you just take one damage. So it kind of like when the arrow sinked in, it kind of went on a little bit more to the side and kind of more grazed, but nonetheless, you kind of quickly grab onto that thigh and look back to see Orpheus starting to come over to you. And unless you want to, I'll let you be able to try to disengage some way, somehow, if you want to. But if you want to face Orpheus, then you can.
Yeah, I'm trying to get out of there, but on my turn, as my bonus action, so I know I kind of did the turn move action. They attacked me. So would it be my turn, like in an initiative order, or is it just a? Do I get what kind of action would I have at this point before initiative?
I will say since technically that was a surprise round with the arrows. I'll let you let us go. Let's go ahead and roll initiative right now.
Okay.
Just to see who comes up first. Since you did get hit and you might have been stalled from something. I'm gonna guess you go.
Okay. Yeah, that is a 20 that I go. Um, man, I could almost do a double move just to get out of there a little bit more. What I'm going to do is I'm going to flee 30 feet. My action will be defend. I'll take the defensive action, and my bonus action. I'm going to take second wind to gain some hit points back because I got hit earlier. and it's going to be 1d10 plus my level, which is 3. Oh, wrong one. A d10. And that will be 7 hit points back of my 12 total. So, okay. And I healed up seven hit points.
All right, cool. So you start taking off, and Orpheus is just as he's walking turns into black smoke, and the smoke starts to come towards you. And as you realize that, as you're running towards the end of where the streets are, you can see that more smoke is starting to bellow out onto the street, and that smoke starts and forms these two humanoids. These guys look even slightly larger than the regular peons, and they have arrows, and they start to lock it in and point it at you. And I am going to say that since they technically already did their attack and they're coming at you, that it's now your turn. And these guys are within maybe the next 30-ish feet from you. You have to take that to go past them.
Yes, when I make my 30 feet, I'm actually going to meet someone, or can I kind of maneuver in between them? Or is it not kind of be no way I'm going to not make an attack of opportunity?
If since they have arrows out and ready, you want
range weapons.
Yeah, they have ranged weapons. So if you come towards them and you do if you do some sort of trick or something to get past them, then you can probably somehow avoid when they try to shoot at you.
Well, the only way I'm going to avoid or try to avoid is actually be what I'm doing right now and how I was trained. I mean, I'm a defensive person, so I'm going to move my 30 feet, and I will. Let's see here. Let's see. I'm trying to remember my action surge. I believe did I use that tonight? I didn't mark it. I'm not sure if I used it. Let me just think. I did that move. Yes, I did use it tonight. Okay, so I will move, be in defensive, and since I didn't I'm not dual wielding. I have no more bonus actions. So I'm on the defense as I ran. So that would be the only thing that I could do at this point. Running 30 in the defensive stance or taking a defensive action, and then that's it.
All right. So as you go up and defensively stand and project yourself, these two basically higher ups with Orpheus try to shoot at you, but at disadvantage, of course. Okay, so the first two, yeah, that definitely doesn't get you. And yeah, that won't get you either. So as I'm going to say, as you're running up and just preparing yourself to take any arrows into, you go fast enough, and the bowman just fling and completely just you feel two arrows just whiz past your head as you can go past them, and Orpheus's smoke right behind you is creeping up behind you to try to get you, but you're out of range of him. And if on your turn, if you want to because they're pretty close together, so if you have to do something or other, either you can do an athletics check to push through them, you can do or strength, or you can do a did I say acrobatics, like roll through them or something or other like that?
All right. So what I'm going to use, I have one that's near me, right? Kind of near me, but
Yeah, like well, there's two of them in front of you, and they have some space between them. But if you want to just, you can forcefully shove through them, or you can go between them. But you have to do acrobatics or something like that for that.
I may have done that wrong. Okay. So, but otherwise, I'm looking at they're right near me, right? I mean, I
Yeah.
can basically touch them. What I'm going to do is, since the one of the ones that's right in front of me, he missed me. I will actually use my final maneuver die and actually do I don't know if I'm saying it right. The repose, um, and I will use my attack for on my reaction to repose the one attack. So it's going to be on 1d8 plus with my damage. So let's go ahead and roll a d20 with 2d8s, and it's going to be a roll off. Here we go. 13 plus 6 is 19 to hit.
Okay, I'm gonna. Yeah, I'll say this one.
Okay,
Yeah,
that's going to be 13 points of damage, and that's using
13.
my last maneuver die.
Mhm. You strike into maybe quickly, jabbing with your long sword, and he he kind of grabs this bigger guy, bigger than any of the peons you've had of the dark shrouded men. Kind of grabs where you stabbed, but then at the same time drops up his bow and starts to grab for a long sword. And he's still up, and he's going to try to chase you down.
Okay, cool. So my action then, he hasn't quite pulled out his sword, right? Because he's going to do it. I'm actually going to go more on his side, and I am going to move 30 feet. Then I'm going to and then I'm going to dash for another 30 feet. That's total 60 or 30, and um, yeah, I think I'm going to move 30. Then my action will be on a defensive stance again because I'm probably still not out of bow range.
Mm-hmm.
So that would be my best chance because so therefore there we go. I'm going to move 30, defensive stance for my action or defensive action, and then go from there.
All right. So, by the way, how many did you move again?
How many feet did I move?
Yeah.
30. That's my full my normal speed.
All right. So, behind you, you see that that one bowman was getting ready to knack back another arrow, and I'm just going to. He is going to shoot. So, I'm going to do a flat roll. I don't know. I never took off that. It's 3 now. Yeah. So you get. He flings, and you feel an arrow quickly sink into your side. For.
He is in I am in defensive.
Oh, defensive. Okay. So yeah. Thank you for reminding me. I
hope it's not a 17 or higher.
So, okay, he misses. He misses, and so it flies. It was going to fly to your side, but it flies back. But then, as this black smoke as all of them turn to black smoke and start to move towards you, you see around you this bright light come from back from where you are, and kind of form a wall of where this black smoke was, and you see that this light and black just kind of clash together, and you hear the voice again just say,
Run. Yeah, and when it's my action, yeah, I'm going to move 60 feet, run 30. Action will be to dash 30.
all right, and I'm going to say that the wall holds enough for you to get out of sight, and it disperses, and the smoke, and this is kind of, you know, out of your, since you're out of the way and they don't know where you are. Uh, the smoke reforms into, you know, back into the figures, and Orpheus tells his men, "Find him! They, they are behind him getting away. I will not stand for this. They will all pay." And basically, where you are right now are you are very, very close to the ship. You can physically see the ship that the guard before he was, you know, taken away. and
Yeah. And is there
uh,
only one ship on the harbor, or is there a couple ships?
there's a couple ships, but the only one that you see with some activity on it of some sort and light kind of is kind of further in front of you, where the guard gestured to where, like, he knew what ship you were talking about.
Okay, perfect. And then I will make my way. And if there's any crates or boxes on the dock that look like they're loading up, I will be more than happy to get one, put it on the side away from my head so they can't see it's me, and carry it up on board as if I was helping them all along. And I know I have my sword out still, but what can I do? I have to protect myself when I'm lifting things. So have it at that. So I'm my base is on this side of the box. It's hidden from that area, and I'm helping take it up into the ship. And then once I'm up there, take it hopefully around the corner down underneath. Once I'm there, then I will kind of keep helping down there until we get ready to take off.
Mhm. So you kind of just you know, take the motions and do whatever the crewsmen are doing. You can see that they're basically a bunch of ragtag kind of crew, and they don't really take too much notice to you. They just like, it just look like another sailor, just of their sort, just coming to, you know, do another job. And you keep keep putting crates on, and you hear a voice on the deck just say, "All right, men, that's good enough. Get inside. We make way for Kern now." Swap. So, and he just gives directions to set, get the row, set sail, all the different boat terms that I do not know. Uh, and and soon you the anchor is lifted up, and the ship starts slowly moving away from port, and you can just describe to me like how you're trying to blend in as
Um,
a.
yeah, when I'm doing there, when I go down to help them, I'm kind of following, like seeing what they need help. If they say, "Hey, you grab this," I'll grab whatever they're grabbing. I know nothing about sailing, so I'm looking at a couple of people, what they're doing, if how they're bracing themselves, if they're doing that, or if they sit down, then I will take a sit. I'm looking at like not just one, but a couple people because they're like, if they're doing the same thing, I should be doing that. If they're not, and this, you know what I mean? Looking at a couple people, like I'm going to be trying to do what the mass of this room is doing. So if they're leaning up against the side of the boat, then I will be doing the same. Sitting, I will sit. Uh, I'm just I'm not used to boats. In fact, this is probably my second maybe boat trip I've ever taken, and I'm not don't have those type of feet. So, but even though I'm agile, I still don't have seawater. So I'm actually going to use my instincts and follow these people. What to do? Am I supposed to sit? Am I supposed to lean? Am I supposed to buckle up? That type of thing.
Yeah, you do exactly that, and you hear all of them having strange chatter and using sea terms that you've probably never have heard before, as the distance from the coast of of the capital city just furthers and furthers away, and dawn just slowly starts to creep up on the horizon at the other end, and you are effectively away from the capital city on your way to the new world, to the colony of Kern.
And before that morning or the morning rises, I would have already said prayer. Father, and if anybody hears me, they're going to probably think I'm religious, because I'm going to be like, Father, I will make my promise right. I will find this new place, and I will meet this leader. I will avenge who you need me to avenge. And I'll make the prayer sound so much like I am like if anybody heard how a paladin would probably do a prayer to their deity, because this is, I mean, I'm not necessarily a paladin, but I would do that type of prayer, and it would be, I believe, the paladin I'm looking at would be a vengeance paladin, because it would be saying, you will have your retribution. I will make sure that your house will stand again one day. And that's just from people hearing me, and that would be the prayer that for that day, that I would probably even talk that day.
They anytime they hear you, just look over their shoulder, but they kind of just go back to their work. And as you just kind of recollect on this, in the middle of the sea, heading on your way towards Kern, not knowing what your destiny lies there or who you'll meet, but you know that it's something that probably goes beyond you, but you're just glad to have gotten away with the sadness of losing your having to leave behind what you know and all the people that you've lost just from this one night, and you're on your way to Kern to fulfill whatever you are supposed to fulfill. And that will wrap out the session.
Well, I want to thank everybody for watching. This was brought to you by the Facebook One Shot group. Take a look at it. Try to join some games. We also plan on making this a campaign. I'm not going to give who the other players are at this moment, but I am sure that you will enjoy the continuation of the Threads of Time. That will be the name of the campaign that is going to be ran, and it would be I can't remember your name. I know it's Joshua, but it's the Dice Roller.
Yeah, Dice Roller Josh.
Dice Roller Josh will be the DM for that. And with that, I'll leave the ending to Josh.
Yep. So, just like I said, this was Dice Roller Josh, guys, with my good friend Gabe here. This session is leading on to the full campaign of the Threads of Time, and we will hopefully be starting that one soon. We'll see what leads to the future for Cygnus and whoever he is supposed to meet. So, just like always, guys, may the dice forever roll in your favor, and we'll see you next time.